Hi, Nancy Gordon here with Healing Health and Recovery. I know I've been making more videos lately about addiction and in particular marijuana, but I wanted to kind of shift gears a little bit right now. So I have not officially launched my health coaching business, but it is coming very, very shortly. Working on my website right now to get it launched. And once I get that up and going, then I will be more actively reaching out and trying to get some clients to coach. And I know that, like I said, I've been talking a lot about addiction. So really what I have decided to do is specialize really in two areas. So two areas that I'm familiar with as far as addiction goes. I do work in addiction as a nurse and as a counselor. I'm just about have my CADC-T. So what that means is I'll be a certified alcohol and drug counselor. And also, the other niche that I'm wanting to do is women's health. So I kind of figure, well, number one, I have 50 years experience in being a female. So there's that. But specifically on many areas of being a woman. So, and I don't want to narrow it down to just one age range necessarily, but I do want to talk about the aging woman a little bit tonight. So just coming to you from my own experiences, because there's nothing like your own experiences that you can use in order to help other people. And that's really why I'm wanting to really focus in and hone in on these two areas as far as my business goes. So, many changes have been happening with me. I turned 50 last October, and I have noticed a lot of changes that have been going on. So, for instance, difficulty with sleep, a little more irritability. I went through a period of some hot flashes and some night sweats. They seem to have tamed down a little bit now. Just noticing some changes that have been going on. And, you know, being the age that I am, I decided to look into my hormones and see what was going on there. And actually went last week and had the bioidentical hormones inserted. So that's the pellets. So what this is an alternative to the synthetic hormones that are often prescribed in pill form. And what they do is they will test your levels. For me, they tested the estradiol level and the FSH level, because those two really give an indicator of where you may be at in your menopausal cycle, so to speak. So did find out that I am indeed into menopause. I believe that I'm closer to the beginning of it. So last year, my OBGYN did draw my estradiol and FSH levels. And so I was able to compare them from last year to this year, and did see that my estrogen level, estradiol level, had plummeted over the course of the last year, and my FSH went up over the course of the last year. And so those are two indicators that menopause is coming in, so or is in place, because estrogen levels go down, FSH levels go up. And so that's kind of where I've been. And so just what I want to do is really just kind of give you my experience as I'm going through this, because this is something that is new to me. The weight gain is the other thing. So, you know, one thing that I have shared about my journey is that I had lost over 100 pounds, lost 107 pounds, actually, when you look at from my highest to my lowest. And over the course of the last year, I've gained some back. I had not nearly, of course, where I was, but so I haven't gained over 100 pounds back. But, you know, weight has been creeping back up. Very, very stubborn. Everything that I did before is not working now. So, you know, it can be very frustrating. And really learning how to take this approach differently in a mindset. I have also shared many times that I do struggle with body image. It's something that I've struggled with for many, many years. For as long as I can remember, honestly. And that I've also shared in the past that I felt like when I lost the weight, when I was losing the weight, when I lost the weight, that was going to kind of go away. But actually, it intensified my body image issues even more because I became so obsessed with it. So this is, I'm in a process now of really changing my mindset, and I don't want to indicate that when I say the word body acceptance, that means that I think it's okay if I gain weight, that if I become obese and if I gain all the weight back again. No, it's not accepting that it's okay, but I would rather use the term body respect. So I watched a webinar a couple of weeks ago that just really hit home with me. The speaker on this webinar touched on how we have this new thing going on in the media that's talking about body love, loving your body, accepting your body, and trying to get people from going from body hate to body love. And she explained that that's actually dangerous to go to that extreme. And it makes sense to me. She didn't say it in these so many words, but in my mind, how I kind of took it was, whether we're in body hate or whether we're in body love, we're still kind of obsessing over it. She calls it body neutrality, is kind of how she decides to approach it. I am looking at it as body respect. So learning to respect my body, because if we do that, if we learn to respect our body and just simply focus in on making it healthy, trying to make healthier choices, then our body will respond in the way that it needs to be healthy. And if that is losing weight, then it will happen. But that not being the sole focus. And that's kind of what I want healing, health, and recovery to be. I want the focus to be health, not weight loss. And I understand that is why most people reach out to health coaches, is for weight loss. But I think that it's time for us to shift that thought and shift it to becoming healthy. Because the thing is if we become healthy and our body does need to lose weight, then that's going to be the side effect of it. The other thing that really came to my mind when thinking about all this, and after listening to that webinar and just really sitting there and thinking about it, was knowing that our stress levels that we have in our life, if we have increased stress in our life, our cortisol levels go up. And if our cortisol levels go up and stay up too much, then it actually has a very opposite effect on us. And because cortisol is a hormone that's actually supposed to help us with stress and stress response, it's supposed to lower our blood pressure, it's supposed to lower inflammation, it's supposed to help our metabolism, it's supposed to lower our blood glucose levels. But what happens is when we stay in a heightened state of stress and the cortisol levels are just out of control and stay up there, then it has the opposite effect in a sense, that our inflammation goes up, our metabolism goes down, our blood glucoses are just not regulated as well as it should be. And so in essence, what's going to end up happening is that we're either going to gain weight or we're not going to be able to lose it because of the stress on our body, because mentally we are putting so much stress on ourselves to have the perfect body, which, by the way, does not really exist. Who defines perfect anyway? And and I can go into all of the why we have so much body image issue out there and how media and social media is so much a part of it. I mean, I think we all know this. And the truth is, we talk about The fact that a lot of the images and the pictures out there with women are, they're photoshopped. They're airbrushed. They're not even real. Or maybe it's an actress that has gazillion dollars and she, you know, has a chef that can make all healthy food, and she has a personal trainer, and she has this huge home gym that's probably the size of my entire house, and she has time to actually work out and do these things. And the rest of us in the real world, we're struggling to make time to do a 20-minute walk, and we're struggling to have the time to make the healthy meals, and some people are struggling to have the money to get the healthier foods in the first place, which is something else that I do want to address later on at some point, is the how to eat healthy on a budget. So that's something that I'm definitely going to put together, because I feel like it's very, very important, because I feel like that is such a deterrent, that we just have this already set in our minds that it's too expensive to eat healthy. So I might as well just go ahead and go for the expensive cheap stuff, or the inexpensive cheap stuff. Sorry, expensive cheap stuff. So the cheap stuff, the unhealthy cheap stuff. But I do think that it's just time to make a change in our minds and our way of thinking. And I'm not saying that this is going to be easy. And I can honestly say that me working in the world of addiction has really helped me, because the bulk of the program that I'm a part of teaching to the clients at my job, as far as addiction recovery goes, has to do with changing your thoughts, changing your thought processes, and how changing our thoughts changes our emotions, which changes our behaviors. It's called cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT is what it's called, and it's absolutely 100% truth. It has to start with the way that we think. It has to start with the way that we think about ourselves. It has to start with the way that we think about our body. If we start thinking about our body as, this is the temple that has been given to me to live everyday life, to serve a purpose, instead of, this is the body that I need to try to get into shape so that everyone else thinks that I'll look good. Completely different mindset. And that's going to give you different motivations. So this is where I do kind of want to focus in on, and the changes, and how does that relate back to the whole, where I began with the whole aging woman thing, because our bodies do change as we age. And as hard as it is to accept, the sooner that we accept it, the better off we're going to be, and the freer we're going to feel, and the less anxious we're going to feel, and the less we're going to beat ourselves up. Because the truth of the matter is, do we just like beat up on people that we respect? No. People that we respect, we show kindness to. So if we learn how to respect ourselves, we're going to give ourselves kindness. And truly, I mean, that's what we need. And ultimately, it's going to help us mentally, which ultimately is going to help us physically as well. So I'm in this process now too, we're on this journey together. That's all I can say, is we're on this journey together. I'm going to let you know for sure about how these bioidentical hormones are, whether they're helping me or not. I have to say, I don't know whether it's coincidence or not. As I have a couple of different changes that I've done. So like I said, last week I had the pellets put in, and I can honestly say that I have started sleeping better. So I don't know whether to attribute it to that this soon, But another thing that I had also started doing was taking a supplement that's supposed to help with hormone balance with all natural ingredients. It's called a Hormone Harmony, and it's by Happy Mammoth. So I've started that about maybe 3 weeks ago as well. So I don't know whether to attribute to me starting to feel better to that, or the bioidentical hormones, or maybe the combination of both. I'm not sure. But I will definitely keep you up to date as to any changes, positive, negative, or none, that I feel along this journey, so that I can pass this information on to you to help, to help just educate you to make decisions that that better yourself. So just stay tuned. I'm gonna get this business eventually launched. I just want to make sure that I have everything just kind of in line, so that I can give you my very best. So just keep in touch. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me anytime. And I hope to see you and talk to you again soon. Thank you.